But Vic,
what, man? What?
I think it's time.
Well, you give them all you want to, man. Just
Ladies and gentlemen, Victor Allen's New Sports with guest Phil Perry in the house.
That's right.
The ladies are going to help out.
Yes.
We think.
They're going to look beautiful and be supportive.
Yeah,
as they always are.
This wrong.
Even though I don't understand any of it.
That's okay.
Okay,
That's
so
okay.
Vic, now who's going to start this now?
I knew it. I know. Well, let me do this because I know where we're going to go. We're going to hit the Lakers thing.
Come on, pull them.
But you know,
Hold on.
I got a queen in my view. Hold on a second. Let me hum.
Oh yeah, because you need to be part of the hot pick. So come on.
There you go.
Hey, sis.
That's my baby girl.
Where
There
you
you go.
been? In the house? Yeah.
Just
So how you feel?
You all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good. Okay, now what I got to do, because I have to pay respect, because we're going to hit the Lakers thing. I know where we're going to go with this because it's important, but I still.
Ooh, I'm getting long in the tooth just you talking about it.
I know, but see, I got to hit. Remember, this was a weekend where a lot was going. We had March Madness, and you got to give your props to the people who are actually watching teams going to the Sweet
And
16.
Peyton Manning.
I know.
Peyton Manning.
And Peyton Manning is the highlight story of today.
He's the hot ticket all week.
Right now, it's
where is
already
it?
been discussed. Everybody, when you think about it, think about this. If you wasn't following Tebow, the year that he had with Denver, I think that you go back into the midseason games and he's this flashpoint. Everybody's getting involved in the religion. He's the topic. He's the thing. Never did he think that he will be ushered out of Denver because the Hall of Famer Peyton Manning has just informed Tennessee and I believe it's another team, San Francisco, that I am negotiating. It happened this morning with Denver. That means Denver's already said Tebow's out. If he signs, which it looks like is going to happen, Tebow is now going to be exited. Now imagine that you are the flashpoint of the football phenomena this year, and now you're being walked out because somebody, a Hall of Famer coming in post 35 years of age, is coming in. Now Mario, I know
that's how Alex Smith is feeling.
wait. Before you go there, I have to do this because you have to pay respect to the ladies.
That's right.
Where's the etiquette?
You know something?
Oh, Lord.
See what I'm saying? See, Mario, you gotta understand. It won't make any sense if we sit in here and get excited and they sit there and go like, "What they talking about?" All right, okay.
I'll keep that in mind.
What you talking about?
In my comments, I promise.
So let me just do this. Let me find out because I believe in being a gentleman. Ladies,
yes.
Do you follow a sport, and which sport is it?
I do. I follow shopping sports, perfume,
makeup,
potpourri.
shoes,
Definitely have shoes.
And you would open the floor to this.
microphones.
Look at
stages.
you guys are outnumbered 3. Because I'm not I'm the facilitator. 3-2. I got to give respects because I know when you guys walk out of here, you'll be apologizing. So they already said fashionable sports, right?
Fashionable.
That's new sports.
life sports.
Yeah, life sports.
Oh, life. What? Yeah, that. Okay.
Sounds like a new
Whatever
mall
that
sport
is.
to me.
Yeah.
Life
sports because
Love
you have
that.
3 brothers. I think it's amazing. You've always kept up with sports when the guys, because our houses, they're all watching sports all the time.
Male dominant. Yeah.
It's a male dominant house. Paloma and I were the only females, but she
That's a sad
basically
story,
knew what was
though.
going
We
on.
have 2 female cats. It's pretty even when she comes.
No, 3 because we have Frankie outside.
Yeah, so you have the advantage.
It's a sad story.
This is what new sports is about. We're not getting into stats. It's really the culture of sports as it relates to it.
Awesome.
Because really what's happening here is what happens in real time. I do see a little bit of a wedge between the diva show and the sports thing.
Just a little bit.
And just a
wedge.
little bit.
a little
It's
bit.
already existing, isn't it?
Yes.
So before I do anything else and you guys get me caught and get twisted up, I'm not playing favors here. So that's why I'm going around the room. I have to go to Paloma. Paloma, you have to say your sports interests are?
Ooh, I'm an NFL girl. Football girl.
On your team, Mario. On your team.
Who's your favorite team? honey?
Steelers. Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you gotta love those Steelers, man. You gotta love them.
Yes, sir.
See?
Wow.
Patriots, Raiders because of my dad.
Wow.
My dad and my brothers are pretty big.
Raiders are good.
Raiders, yeah.
Look at what we're talking
Steelers all
about.
day.
Oh, wait a minute. In Pittsburgh, see, there go PMC Pittsburgh already said, yeah, thumbs up.
Yeah.
So you have to find an advocate in the room before you start taking off because you get out of control with your own subjects, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody had their moment, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Did we fully support everybody's subject?
Absolutely.
So it's your
Yes.
time to support the men in this sports,
Absolutely.
right?
All right.
That's
So
fair.
Mario, since you're the lead big dog who needs a woman,
Oh Lord! I don't need a woman. I'm saving.
okay,
It's
Saving
wonderful.
himself.
you
I'm
go.
saving money. It's so wonderful.
Okay,
So wonderful.
now let me just
So
say,
wonderful.
Better to save together.
let me do this.
I don't know.
Okay, I got to do something for the folks who are just following this. The trending topics right now, Peyton Manning really is the big thing. It's going to
Yeah.
overshadow everything else. March Madness, the 49ers actually, Alex Smith is trying to negotiate or talk to Miami. He felt that Peyton was coming there, so he's getting ahead of the game. So he feels dissed. A Sweet 16, hey, got to give the Ohio teams, they got 4 teams out of
From
Ohio.
Yes, they give it to Ohio.
Hey, they got to give it to them.
Ohio.
Hey.
Ohio player.
James Ingram and Howard Hewitt's home state.
See?
And that's the
Ohio.
Oh,
Yeah.
now let me just go on away with the flag of sadness here. The furthermost western team is Baylor out of Texas. There are no teams in the tournament
West
of that.
Texas.
What does that say about the Pacific Coast Rim?
'Cause we got stuff to do.
No, wait a minute. Do you guys wait a minute?
the beach.
How many of you guys actually represent the West Coast in sports, or are you all transports?
I'm a transport.
Yeah.
See, I knew it.
Yeah.
It's transport. Yeah.
Transport.
Although
Second
I have to
language.
say though, even as a transport, before I came out here,
Yeah.
I always loved the Raiders
Okay.
because in the late '50s, early '60s, they were one of the first AFC
That's right.
teams that would start African American
Oh,
players.
they was
There you
that
go.
was Al
Trailblazer.
Davis' claim to fame at the time, is he would give the brothers a shake. Who
Yeah.
else had a black quarterback?
No one else having a black quarterback, but Denver did have several black players on
Hayden
their
Moses.
team. Houston had several
That's
black
right.
players on their team.
Yeah.
It seemed to
Yeah.
be that the AFC gave more opportunity to African American players.
That's right.
In
Yeah.
that time era.
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah, this is one of those things where we're paying homage to a team that really did a lot for a lot of people of minority status, and specifically blacks. Okay, now that we got that moment out of the way,
Historical
I'm gonna have to run down because I think right now nobody's really excited about the Peyton thing. They just.
I'm
gonna say
excited,
this.
Vic.
Oh well, let me
This
just say
is how
this.
I show it.
Do you feel?
It's really it's bubbling over.
Wait a minute.
Deep.
Are you a Peyton fan or are you a Tebow fan? Let me just go around the room and I'm gonna start with Paloma. Are you a Tebow fan or a Peyton Manning fan? Ooh.
Tebow.
Oh, so he's out.
Yeah.
All right, Mario.
I'm both.
Oh, come on. You know
I
what?
supported Tebow
You
while
gotta-
y'all were hating
you
on
know
him the
what?
whole year.
Hey, look-
Because I like people who, listen, I always identify with the underdog. I just do. So when people tell you, all my life, people would tell me stuff I couldn't do. And I had to do it in spite of that. So I'm with the folks who say, tell me what I can't do.
So Tebow is
Okay.
your pick or Peyton Manning?
They're both. They're both.
Mario.
They're both.
Mario. I gotta.
I like Peyton. I like the whole Manning family. We liked Archie back in the day. He was
Archie?
graceful.
Archie.
Archie.
Archie Manning.
Peyton's dad.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I thought you were talking about the cartoon
The quarterback.
character.
No, we liked him too.
Archie.
And Veronica and Betty.
I did. I love and Jughead.
And I used to want to be both of them.
That's what I was thinking. Archie Bunker. I
You
don't know.
started this.
Yeah.
You started that,
I'm
bitch.
just saying. I'm just
started
saying.
that.
Wait a minute. See, Mario wants to be politically correct on sports.
I'm not.
You have to pick
I
one.
like Peyton. I supported him. I like the whole Manning family. I think they're a class act. Now and then I like Tebow because to me I actually appreciated the way he stood and
In the face
represented
of
his
adversity
religion.
and
Yes.
deliverance.
Yeah, and only even though people gonna hate on you because you trying to be a better person than
Blah
I
blah
am,
blah blah
God.
blah blah. Watch this.
How's
Let me
that?
cut
How's
this
that?
off.
You gonna
Let me
hate me
cut
for
this
that?
off. Blah blah blah.
That's what they gonna dislike
Watch
you
this.
for.
I'll cut this off.
Because you embrace God.
Watch this. I'll watch this. I got it. Because I got to get the feel. Watch this. You're the owner. You need to make a change in your organization. You stay with Tim or you bring in the Hall of Famer. Now, you can sit here and say, I want both of them, but you're not going to get both. So you pick one.
Why not?
Money.
One's a
You're
bench.
going to spend your money on two quarterbacks. One is not going to play.
Yeah, one's on the. That's what bench is for.
Two different philosophies.
Tebow don't have no trouble being on the bench behind Peyton
He's
Manning.
going to go broke.
Ask
I'm
him.
going to Phil.
Ask him. He don't have no trouble.
Victor, are you
They
asking
have a
me to
backup.
answer as a fan or as an owner?
I'm going to give you as an owner
He's
because
taking
fan
this really
is easy.
seriously now.
Yeah.
As an
Okay,
owner.
as an owner,
Yes.
if I owned the Denver Broncos and I had the rights to Tebow, who's only played 1 year in the NFL, I don't think I could come up with a better tutor to enhance his skills
Look at it.
than Peyton Manning.
Right.
But now, here's the other side of the coin now.
Right.
The other side of the coin is if I had brought a team after 9 years of obscurity back into the forefront of the playoffs,
Yes.
I don't know if Peyton's philosophy and John Elway's philosophy are really mirror images of one another.
Okay.
And the reason I don't know is because think about when Elway played.
I do.
Okay?
Yeah.
Well, they didn't go they went downfield, but only when they had to.
Right.
They usually established the running game first.
Right.
Well, now Elway's the owner.
Right.
And you think that philosophy is going to go out the window just because he's an owner now?
No. No.
Right. Me either.
No.
So the best way for me to answer is if you're going for the grooming of Tebow, you couldn't ask for a better groomer than Peyton Manning. However,
Right.
as Peyton Manning, if I was representing Peyton Manning,
Right.
I would say, pal, you got to go somewhere with an offensive line that ain't going to have to, that you're not going to have to dust the seat of your trousers every other play.
So
which is much more important.
See what you're doing
and
is
significant.
This. He's doing this. He's saying, you may have 3 years sitting back here learning.
Yeah,
you're
man.
hot. You're hot right now.
Yeah.
And you're going to defer this hotness you have for 3 years behind this man who may just sit there and go, I don't come out for backups because Peyton really doesn't.
No.
So I'm with you on that one. Okay.
And it's the philosophy. It's the philosophy of the team. Now, they said that, well, it's going to be, he's negotiating with Denver.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Well, Denver ain't the only stop he made.
That's right.
Now, maybe Denver might have been the only commitment he received to turn the offense
Right.
to something he's familiar with, which at his stage of his career
Right.
is fairly significant. You're not going to be 36 years old
Right.
and learn a whole new playbook.
Well, the good thing about this, too, so you guys know, even on the topics of the show today and in the media broadcasting, they interrupted their topics to say there was 3 teams in the mix.
Right.
Peyton had already said the other 2 teams, I'm negotiating with Denver. So
Right.
basically, in essence, he's saying, I'm not going to be talking to you guys right now. 'cause
But
I'm
that's where
negotiating."
philosophy
That's
comes
it.
in, though,
Right,
see.
right.
If he's negotiating with Denver, that means,
Right.
okay, you've opened the door and you've made me feel welcome.
Yep.
Now, let's get to the nuts and bolts of this offense.
Right.
Because I'm not as mobile as I was 13 years ago.
That's right.
Now, that's the good part. Now, watch this. Watch this. See, see, he's so insightful. But watch how Gwen raps it. Gwen, you know, Mario, that's wrong. He's breaking glass. He's breaking glass when I'm introducing Gwen. Gwen, you know what? He does need a woman. You see how he disrespected you at this moment.
That was etiquette.
He needs etiquette.
Well, I had nothing to do with the robots that control the sound effects.
All
It's the
right.
robots.
Robots.
Okay, dokie.
Now watch this. This is a woman who's going to paint the picture. Now, here it is. You got a quarterback that's young, needs to be proven. You got a Hall of Famer already who's won a Super Bowl. And you're the owner. Who do you go with? The up-and-comer that you have to groom? Or do you just bring in that Hall of Famer in and say, hey, look, I have to trade you out. It's better for you.
So here's the thing. There are times when I'm doing my classes, doing grooming with people, with new clients and everything. So this is going to be my answer. Because when I leave, if I want to watch something on TV, I do TiVo. So
Yeah.
TiVo. I'm going TiVo.
Tebow.
There we go.
That's a good
I'll
slogan,
let
Gwen.
that
Victor,
Tebow,
can I
Tebow.
expound on that question a little bit?
TiVo.
Gwen, let me ask you something.
Yes.
Let me put it in a term that you're more comfortable with. If you found a young Phil Perry, okay,
Everybody.
and you heard the ability, but you didn't hear the, for lack of a better term, versatility, what would you do? Would you bring in an old man to teach the young man, or would you let the young man find his own way?
I would let the young man find his own way.
Yes.
There you go.
Absolutely, all day long, every day.
I'd let
go.
the young man get a good wife.
There they go again.
Honey, it's not a honey.
That's
It's a
definitely the
sports
topic.
segment. Honey.
Wait a minute.
Why should you be happy?
It's a sports segment, Lily.
Wait a minute. Your body language right now, Lillian, is kind of turning away. I noticed you turn away when it's sports and you turn in when it's music. Are you trying to get away from sports? What are you up to?
Trying to figure out what the heck I'm supposed to be looking at.
Oh, yeah, I know, huh?
That's okay. You can, if you have to, you can focus on
It'll
me,
all
but
be
pay
on
attention
YouTube.
to him.
That was a good answer, though, Gordon.
Very good. All right, now, okay.
Very good, Gordon.
Now I'm gonna do this because you guys got me dying on this one. This one should be easy. Everybody follows the Lakers, even if you don't follow the Lakers, right?
Oh, I've been waiting on this.
I know, you've
I
been
wondered
waiting.
when you were going to get to this.
I know.
But that was a great analogy.
I know. So okay, so here's
You
the
gave a
part.
great analogy.
Here's the part that's going to be interesting. I have to say this. I knew this was coming. That owners actually buy out contracts in trades because they're doing a favor, and the favor was done when Houston received Derek Fisher, and the owner bought his contract out, saying, "Okay, you're not on the team. I just bought out, paid it out. You're not here
I
anymore."
didn't explain that to me. What
Now,
was that? I didn't get that.
No, when they buy out your contract, in other words, he's on the team in the trade.
They traded for him and
Right.
then basically
Yeah.
let him go.
Yeah.
So why
Basically.
trade for him?
Because, like I said, it's behind the scenes.
Well,
It's-
Mario,
it's-
how do you
it's-
know that How do you know that them purchasing his contract didn't, in fact,
Right.
lower their salary cap?
That's usually the
initiative?
case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see,
It has to be something money, dirt.
It was
We
always
know it's
money.
some money, dirt.
Come on, money.
somewhere.
Come on,
right.
baby.
That's right. We know it's something.
Like the old school cats used to tell me, follow the money, it rarely lies.
That's right.
Now, remember, you guys, while you are actually giving each other a pound, you have to give a pound to the ladies. You can't sit there and pound the man and not pound the ladies.
No, we always
Mario,
have to
do your
give it.
diligence.
In spirit.
Your co-host is right
Oh,
next to
there
you.
she
we go.
goes.
Boy,
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. You know what? He needs a woman. Help. Yeah, he
We're going to
needs
talk.
Why don't I have
go.
sex?
Gwenny and I are going to talk about this. We'll get that straight.
All right, so here's the part
There
that I
goes the
asked
money.
because this is big. Here's the big one. Everybody knew about Derek Fisher, and they knew he had aged, and he knew he just wasn't producing. But he is a 5-time NBA champion who has now been put out to pasture. Here's my question to you, because you can follow
Stop
up any way you
growling,
want to.
Phil.
You all.
He does that when
You
he's
see?
discomforted.
Like I said, this is new sports. There's a new flavor in how we wrap things. We kind of let it go. Paloma, you all right there?
I'm hanging in there.
You seeing things you haven't seen before?
Growling.
All right, there we go. This is how we're gonna do it. Now, the field is already asked. I'm gonna paint it for you guys so you can have a lead in. This is what's happening. When you're at Derek Fisher's age, you can't get into rebuilding. So the best thing for you to do is either retire. You go into coaching, which he's not ready for coaching. He can actually go into it, but his value is in the room. So I would go to a leading contender who can bring a synergy of what they call the veteran NBA champion. And I'm going to give you the cities. And then you guys can wrap your stories any way you want to. Here's the cities I'm considering. OKC is Oklahoma, leading in the West, best record. Miami, who's favored to win it all. Chicago, who's right neck and neck with them. Orlando, who's trying to find their way because the Dwight Howard thing is done. And then you got the San Antonio Spurs, who do things quietly. But in the end, you got another LA team, so will he just go to another locker room? Now I'm gonna
That's an interesting. That's a really interesting thought.
They need veteran. They lost Chauncey Billups. They need a synergy and a collective, and that man has a lot of value. Just how
Playoff
much?
experience. He's gonna hit. He's gonna shoot 90% in the last 3 minutes of the game.
Now, as promises are made, Phil is over there waiting, and he has a club. He's going to beat me over the head if I don't let him talk. So here we go, Phil. Chime in.
Just explain to me the significance of getting rid of a 5-time world champion and replace him
Right.
with youth and good new young legs, and not strengthen your front court at all. Why didn't you send soft batch Powell
I knew he's coming.
to Oregon
Right.
for LaMarcus?
Oh, LaMarcus.
Yeah, because they need a beast down there, man.
LaMarcus.
It ain't the dog with the loudest bark. It's the dog with the coldest heart that takes the bone home.
They would be
That's right.
giving us a deal in L.A.
And
if
so
they gave us
you have to
LaMarcus.
also understand that being from where I'm from, I don't believe in going around the block
Right.
to end up across the street.
All right.
It just and I
Okay,
don't.
I agree.
And it's very difficult for me to view the current general manager of the Lakers as being A, conscientious, or B, a deal maker. If he was that kind of a deal maker, how come Chris Paul ain't wearing gold and purple?
There's some conditions to that, and I'm going to keep it on Derek Fisher for a moment, but I'm going to tell you what the conditions were. Chicago all year was trying to get Powell. But the Boozer phenomenon has had its day, and they couldn't trade him up because they were going soft for soft. They both have these issues. So they tried to throw in a third team. It didn't work. Now, I'm going to give them this already. I'm going to say this right now. At least the Lakers tried to do the Powell move, and the Stern Act came in with Chris Paul. So we got that. The second time around, it's harder. I agree. Now, in the meantime, Powell goes to somewhere else.
You're just suggesting that the commissioner of basketball
Can't do it. Go ahead.
ixnayed a trade.
Yes, he did.
Sounds
He
like
did.
coercion
He
to
did.
me, doesn't
Yeah.
it to
It
you?
does. I didn't get that either.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
That was because of the
And what
team.
gives him the right
Owns the
to
team.
nullify a trade that had already been okayed
Right.
with the two principal teams?
That's right.
I'd like for Mr. Stern to answer that question.
I think the part that has happened, let me say this.
And
I feel
isn't
bad.
that against the collective bargaining agreement?
He's an owner, and those rules have his doctrine, although we think is not fair. Obviously, he gets to exercise the representation of two entities.
Yeah, but
The NBA
now we're
owner.
talking about legality.
Right, which is
Okay,
totally
and the
different.
legality is if both the teams represented in the trades
Right.
had approved the trade,
Right.
why is the commissioner getting in an ixnay in the trade?
Wait a minute.
And what gives him the autonomy to do so with a collective bargaining agreement that's still functioning?
I can give you a simple answer. It's called I'm the commissioner.
Yeah, but doesn't that go against the collective bargaining agreement that they just got through doing?
I wish they had all the details available for that because we're not privy to it all.
I
want to see.
have a
do.
phrase that describes that.
careful.
Here we go.
Watch
Here we
out.
I think it's horse pucky.
Horse pucky. Horse pucky.
Horse
go.
pucky.
Watch Mario. Mario. Now let me just say this.
That's one of the stronger puckies.
Yeah, I mean, consider
it is.
now if you want me to substantiate my position,
Yes.
consider that having happened in Major League Baseball,
Well, they run a different ship.
right? Or consider that happening in the NFL. When was the last time a commissioner got in the middle
Oh,
of
no.
a trade at the NFL?
They fire who's working for who?
So,
The commissioner's an
Victor,
employee.
Yeah.
You can certainly understand
Exactly.
my concern and my question of
Yes.
what gives the commissioner the autonomy to supersede a
Right.
collective bargaining
Right.
agreement between two professional franchises? And who said he ever had the autonomy to do so?
You know,
Sounds insider to me.
Yeah.
Wait, wait,
Sounds like some insider.
Somebody getting pimped.
So yeah, something
I'll say
funny.
this much: not one owner. To let you know how the ship is sailing here now. Not one owner stood up and complained about that. That lets you know something.
makes it
He
conspiracy.
right. So he
That's
represents
where the conspiracy.
the NBA officially as a commissioner and as the owner of the team, which is nobody's paying attention to the Hornets. And I go like, not one owner stood up and said anything. At that point, they said the deal is done. But let me say this, just to say this, because I got to get back to Fisher also. The part that I still have to say I feel bad about it. I'm a little biased. I'm a Lakers fan. I do. But I do like the Clippers in the mix.
I do.
I
I like the-
can't help
Oh,
it.
I do
I
too.
can't be mad
do
at
too.
it, but
Yeah.
I'm just asking if in what other sport does the commissioner of that sport have
Yeah.
the autonomy to turn down an agreement
Right.
that's already been made between two professional franchises under a collective bargaining
Right.
I
agreement?
agree. It's the first
I
time.
agree.
It's
It's
the
out of
first time.
order.
It's out of order. Okay.
Yeah,
I
man.
want what's
Come
best
on
for
now.
Derek.
Vic,
There you
come
go.
on now.
I agree with you. I'm just going to say this. Now that you guys have set sail with your opinions on this, we want to see how much you guys stand behind Fisher because now all of you have to place him on a team. See, all you guys.
Oh, yeah.
You got to sit there.
I want
now.
what's best for
now,
him.
slow legs, and he's 35, 36
He,
plus.
well, he
38.
can still run the offense. Wait a minute now. He can still play. He can still run the offense.
How
Come
much
on,
time
man.
does he
Wait a
have?
minute. He don't have to score.
How
He
much
can
time?
run the offense.
How much time left? I would say how much time left does he have in a
Oh, yeah.
perfect world?
It's up to God.
Without
1 to
getting
2,
hurt,
2
without
years max. 1 year probably. 2 years max.
Now watch this. Now that you guys, and I gave you some teams I thought, I gave you leading. If you're already in your twilight years, you can't spend 2 or 3 or 4 years because the rebuilding not going to come from you.
I understand.
You need to be Mario.
I can't
relate.
remember time.
Wait a minute. This is like relationships. I can see the women going like this. You planning all this later. What about now? Okay, so we're gonna do
The
this.
clock is ticking.
We're gonna do this.
Right.
We're gonna give the
What have you
ladies.
done for me lately?
See, here we go. Here we go.
right.
So here Fisher has to do something for you. I'm gonna have you guys pick a team. Any team you want, doesn't
Clippers.
matter. Even if they don't have a professional team, because we want you to know New Sports invites all considerations. And I'm gonna start with Lillian. Derek Fisher needs to be somewhere. What team should he be on?
Clippers.
Oh, let me go. You know what? Let me go over to the lady who's going to help Mario get a woman.
I like the Clippers.
You like the Clippers? I do too.
Okay, Gwen.
Gwen.
Clippers.
Oh, too. You know what? Now here's the man speaking.
Well, ask yourself a question.
Drum roll.
Okay? Here we go.
Put on your thinking caps,
If
kids.
he's 35 plus.
Right?
He's a backcourt player.
You got it.
Who's the oldest 35-year-old? The oldest backcourt player you know that's effective in the league?
Kid. He's 38.
Okay, well then there you go.
Yeah.
And how much has he slowed down?
Not as much, but he slowed a little.
Okay, so my suggestion to Derek would be, before you push Father Time into a corner, walk away while you can still walk.
So you saying retire?
Yeah.
So you don't want him to go on a team that may win the champ? What about Miami wants him?
He got 5 rings. He ain't got to prove nothing to nobody.
So he's out. So
No,
we got
no,
one.
no.
All right.
I'm not suggesting that he's out. He's
Okay.
still viable.
Okay.
He's rich.
But
He doesn't have
but
to.
the point is,
out
why would he?
Right.
Why would he? It's a lot like the Tebow Manning question.
I agree with you.
Why would he cut his career off
Right.
in a tutorage position when he really doesn't have to teach anybody anything?
He's going to be a
It's
backup.
very few people in the NBA that have as many rings as he has. He has nothing to prove, and he's going to go in the Hall of Fame. And
Right.
the Lakers probably next year are going to sign him for a day so he can retire as a Laker.
So we got 1 vote of retirement and 2 of Clippers. We go to Mario. Wisdom.
You know,
Cometh.
I say Clippers for now, but I'm with Phil. I said 2 years
He
max.
got nothing to prove, man.
Yeah, he could at
got
the
nothing
end of
to
this
prove.
year. He could definitely, he's already out there kind of now.
It'd be
And I
different if
don't
he had
thi-
never won a championship.
I agree. Now this is interesting. Let me
Right,
give you an idea. of what's
I don't
happening.
know, because you're right. Because it's better to go a year too early than a year too late.
No, it's better to go when you can walk away than when you have to limp away.
Well, I was 38 when I had a baby,
Oh, go ahead, Lillian.
Honey,
And then
that's
40.
That's not a sport, dear.
and then 42.
Sweetheart.
It was a
It
sport.
should be a
I
sport.
beg to differ. Having a baby is
I
a
blame
sport.
Phil for all
Yes.
that.
Come on.
They didn't want to. They didn't want to put me
I'm
on the
always going to
bill.
get blamed
You gotta have
regardless.
the
It's okay.
stamina to go through with that.
Yes.
So I said, give him till he's 42 or 43 after
women
he's
have
weaned
That's
his
unheard of,
child.
though. But that's unheard of.
Whoa, wait a minute. This is going to be. Wait a
Unheard
minute,
of.
Phil. Watch this. The rationale. I would have never came up with that.
That's
Let
the
me
only
just say
thing I
this.
can relate to.
I was about to sit there and say
It's not
this.
going to happen, honey.
I love
If I
it.
It's
can
just
do
not
it,
going to happen.
he
I
can
love
do
you
it.
very much, Lily. I
love
always
it.
have, but that's not going to occur. It's not going to happen.
How much you want to bet?
Whatever you.
Pinky
Okay.
bet.
What's the pinky
What's a
thing?
pinky bet?
I don't
I
get
don't
the
really
pinky
get
bet.
it.
That's how they
A
have to
month's
open
I
it.
don't think you know either.
Love
Look at
making
Gwen. Wait a minute. We gotta talk. What? I didn't hear it.
Don't you worry about
We
it.
just made a side bet.
They made a
Pinky
side
bet.
bet.
A pinky bet.
And guess what?
What?
No, there are no
Either
losers in the
either
bet.
one of them will win.
That's right.
Oh,
So it's a win-win
If I
situation.
win, I get a month's worth of love making. If he wins, he gets a month's worth of love
I
making
thought you was gonna give him the
with
remote.
each other.
I thought you were gonna give him the
Yeah,
remote.
it's
No, I keep the remote. They have to ask me for the remote.
Okay.
And my daughter's here. She'll tell you how often she has to look for the remote when she's at the house.
You know this is wrong.
Oh,
All right,
that's
this is that. Wait a minute.
See, because if I don't have it, then when one of the boys has
We
it.
sort of went off of the tangent. I guess went
It's
off into
okay.
a
It's new
tangent.
sports. We get to do that. See, part of sports is wrapped in social.
My point was that
I
there
still
is
think
no
Mitch
age
Kupchak
limit.
needs to have his head examined.
Ooh, watch this one. Now, wait a minute.
Okay.
I agree. Now, watch this.
You got
Yeah.
you have front court needs, and you're trying to pawn off a guard
Yeah.
and not supply yourself with what you need in the front court?
Yeah.
Talking about getting back
Yeah.
to the championship?
Watch this.
And you got no beast? Are you kidding me?
See, Mitch has not made a friend with you, has he?
You know, I mean no disrespect to Mitch Kupchak, because I'm sure that being the general manager of any professional franchise is very difficult.
Right.
But sometimes he makes decisions that make me want to, if I knew him, just walk up to him and pimp slap him.
Oh, okay.
Because it makes no sense.
I like bitch slap.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just a phrase, folks.
Now, if you need for me to validate my opinion, it's real simple. Look at what Powell scored per game at this stage of the season last year.
Right.
Look what he's scoring per game and rebounding per game now.
You're right.
Why do you need him?
I know your point, but you know what?
You see, it's about it just ain't right, man.
Didn't Kobe say that the reason he was playing like that is because he was uncertain and he was unsure?
People have uncertainties in life every day, dear.
But
we're entrepreneurs. We have.
When you're pink slipped, you're not going to probably work as
He
hard.
wasn't going to get a pink slip, honey. They was just going to send him on somewhere else. They wasn't going to fire him. They just wasn't going to get shit for him.
Wait a minute, Mario, wait.
I
know, say your piece.
Ching.
Ching, ching, I know. Let me just say this. I was trying to bring it down to this vote because I'm blown away because I never would have predicted this. And Paloma, you're going to be the voice that decides majority. This is what's happening. Fisher is now being supported to continue to play by two of the ladies in the house, and both men said retire.
I said he should finish the year.
Okay, well,
with the Clippers,
and still retire, right?
And then retire.
But he can't. He can't finish the year with the Clippers because he's already Houston's property.
That's right.
Yeah,
okay.
and they
refused him.
No,
right.
When they bought out he is open for the market. When they bought out the contract, they released him.
Count that money, fish, and stay at home.
How much did that cost?
Probably the end of his contract.
Count that paper, fish, and stay at home.
I want to know how much it cost.
Well, I tell you what, this is the part where I think the women are going to make a deciding of, and I'll wrap it the way I think it's going. Paloma, already, you're going to be the person that says, what city should he retire? Can he have any impact in another team that's going for the championship?
You could use these wonderful visual aids if you like.
What? I'm going to have, being the voice of reason towards the end of this great debate, I've heard both sides, I've heard their positioning, and I am going to have to agree with my dad. I think Fisher has nothing to prove. He has 5 rings. He needs to walk
Daddy's
now.
girl.
I think he's all good. There's no point to even put him on the Clippers for another year. Let him just walk with the Lakers.
You Perry.
Thank you, sissy.
I told you she's a sports girl.
If I can take my answer back,
I'm dead. See, hey, look, I was going to wrap it some kind of way, but I don't want you guys to think that I'm being biased. I was looking at it as one of those things where the woman says you have to work hard and continue to work hard, and the men just say, I just want to retire. That's what I thought it was.
When I think about it, the way Andrew has been playing lately,
Yeah.
Andrew is beasting it up a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're coming from a double 7-foot low post perspective,
Right.
and one of your 7-footers
Right.
is playing like he has a broken wrist,
All right.
you need to beast up.
I got you.
And of everybody that's in the Pacific Conference,
Yeah.
I think LaMarcus Aldridge
Is the bomb.
is just a young animal.
They're not going to give up. Lakers
And it's
would have
what they need,
Lakers,
man.
they would have to give up more than Powell because LaMarcus is a beast.
Yeah, but I mean,
He's a beast.
but now here's the other side of the coin. It's Portland.
Yeah.
How much money they got?
Well, they already had a problem with the Odin thing.
Well,
too.
I mean, but
Yeah.
no, Victor.
Yeah.
How much money they got?
A lot. They got a lot.
So are they gonna do? Okay, do they have the wherewithal as a franchise
Yeah.
for Mitch to have traded Powell and then pick up the remainder of
Right.
his contract,
Yeah.
or
Right.
would they have traded Powell and had to pay him off for this year before Oregon's financial commitment kicked in?
And true, we've lost Nate McMillan. Which is
Come on
hard.
now.
It's hard.
Yeah.
We lost
They're
him.
in the
They're
midst of-
rebuilding.
yeah.
They're rebuilding. Okay, now
Well, if they're rebuilding,
yeah.
you called it. You used the term.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't.
I know. I'm using
Well,
it.
if they're rebuilding,
Why not?
they got to give up something to get something.
I
Don't
know.
they?
I agree. I
Huh?
agree.
Well,
Yeah.
tell the truth.
I know. I agree with you. I think the negotiation is when the team is willing to let somebody
I
go.
wish that we were having this conversation in Mitch Kupchak's office, frankly.
I think your wife will stay
Not after
home.
what you said.
They might have shrimp.
Now wait a minute, I got to do something.
Oh, they have
They
some
may get a
shrimp.
restraining
You
order.
guys, now quickly,
Called.
Don't let Phil Perry in here.
we have a segment here
Good
where we
hors
close out the
d'oeuvres.
two subjects, and you just pick a term that best serves with the player who's been identified here. We actually go through this. You guys ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, we're back?
now I'm gonna
Okay, okay.
oh, wait, let me do this.
You opened the diva
I know
door.
I did.
Now, come on now.
I did. Now let me just do this. We covered Peyton Manning.
Yep.
The following terms, the first thing that hits your head, you let me know what category he belongs to, and if it's a combination of those words. Mario and I know this is very interesting because
I can never understand.
no, he can. Yes, he can. Watch it. This is
Okay.
it. Peyton Manning is going to Denver. Now, is he balling because he's going to Denver? Is this a letdown to them, or is it a whatever? Who cares? Or is it big pimping because a Hall of Famer's coming in and pushing out the button on a quarterback? Or is it something for the ladies because women love
It's like
quarterbacks?
a Cosmo quiz. you
Now,
got
let me start watch this. I'm gonna start with Paloma because she heard everything.
Okay. I like
Peyton-
quarterbacks.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So is he balling?
Denver? I don't really think anyone cares.
Oh,
Tell you the truth.
It's a whatever.
So it's a
It's
whatever.
Oh, whatever.
Ooh,
Okay, now
ooh.
I'm gonna come to Mario last because
You know what, honey? I am really proud of you. That was a thoughtful and insightful answer.
Actually agreed with you.
Yes. now,
Well, I didn't have to bring up that part.
now I'm gonna keep running through it just for the sake of reminders, so you guys can hear it. I'm gonna go to you, Lillian. Peyton Manning, balling, upset, let down, whatever, big pimping, or something for the ladies.
Oh wow. I don't know.
He's a Hall of Famer now.
Is he?
Well, to be.
Let's see. I'm trying.
It could be
Okay. Big pimping.
He's big. There you go.
I just like that word.
big
that
pimping.
phrase.
So we got big pimping and a whatever.
Big
Let me go
pimpin'.
over to Gwen.
Big
Gwen,
pimping.
balling, upset, let down,
Well, she's
whatever.
thinking hard,
big
too, boy.
pimping or something for the ladies.
Gwen's focused.
I would say big pimping.
Oh,
So what?
I love it. So we got a big pimping, balling, and so what and whatever. Let me get your Phil. Phil, come on, man.
It's got to be big pimping because no matter where he ends up, he is going to get paid.
Oh,
And it
man.
really doesn't matter how much he plays
Right.
or how little he plays. As soon as his signature is on the contract,
Right.
wherever that contract originates, he's going to get paid.
Big
so
pimpin'.
definitely big pimping. But who cares?
Well, Mario, come on, tell me, man.
This is a man that they flew the whole front office down there.
Yes, they did.
They had helicopters
That's right.
following
That's what I'm
them
saying.
from the airport to his
All
house
day.
Wow.
All day.
just to show
All day.
him getting picked up.
Yes.
I mean, Elway, they all flew down there and was covered on the media like the president.
Yeah, but it's Elway, right?
That's right.
Okay, well now, remember when Elway retired, how they had to back end his contract because they owed him so much money? So what did it cost him to send that helicopter down there?
So he's big pimping, but definitely so what?
So what, man?
Okay,
But he's big pimping.
Okay, I'll give him big pimping and balling, and I'm not sure.
Well, he
I'm
didn't
kinda,
know,
I'm kind of.
maybe-
I would rather you had said big pimping or pimp or die. Because
Pimp or
had you voiced the question that way,
Right.
I would have said paid but die.
Oh man, vicious in the room. Wait a minute, I love it. Now let me just say this.
Real though.
Let me say this.
Usually I gotta
Do you need to
read
go get some
Cosmo
fresh
to
air?
You gotta
get
read
this
more.
deep.
So far,
want you to get upset.
just okay. So far, nobody has reined in something for the ladies, which I think is the most fabulous category.
It's Peyton
'Cause
Manning.
if you translate over to the ladies, even if they love or don't like sports, you the man. But now we're gonna go to Derek Fisher and see if we can get the rotation to say what is Derek doing since he has now been ushered out of Lakerland and he's free to choose. Is this a letdown? Is it upset, balling, whatever, big pimping, or something for the ladies? I start with Lillian first.
Well, I would say it's a letdown.
A letdown, yeah. Feel bad. Okay, Gwen, what do you think?
Very plaintive. I'm sadder now.
I know my crying the blues. You already sold the ticket, Gwen.
Letdown.
It's a letdown. There we go. Now, Phil, this is your moment.
Hey, you know, I just kind of, I'm really going to hold to my conviction. I really don't think he needs to play anymore. And I think him coming back would be a letdown.
Got you. So right now, he's what? Is he?
He's gone right now.
He's gone? So really, he's not balling.
So since he's gone, let him stay gone.
So he's big pimping.
No.
Well, he's got 5 rings.
That's good enough.
Okay, who in the backcourt who's in the backcourt in the NBA now that has 5 world championship rings? What is he coming back to prove?
So it's like a whatever moment for you, right?
He ain't got nothing to prove, man.
All right, got you. All right, now Mario.
Let down.
Dang, we got 3 letdowns. You guys are not.
It's a letdown.
It's a letdown.
It's a letdown if he come back.
All right.
Letdown if he goes. Just a letdown.
Well, it was a letdown the way the Lakers did it.
That was a letdown.
I agree.
And I wonder what would be his take on it if you asked him and gave him
he didn't want to
those parameters by which to answer that question. I wonder would he say it was a letdown as well.
This is L.A. This is where he wanted to be.
But it's Paloma's turn.
Yeah, when Paloma, wisdom.
Ooh. I'm going to say I was upset when I heard about Fisher. So I was upset, and then everything that we just talked about in this whole debate, it's big pimping for sure. Because he's done the time, he's put in the work, he can walk away, still get paid,
you know
and have 5 rings to show for
Wisdom is in the house. Big pimping. When you earn that, you big pimping. If you get 5 NBA championships, how are you not big pimping?
That's right.
How are you not balling? How are you not something for the ladies?
Yes.
You guys,
I have to tell you, I love her answer because, you know, like we said earlier, he was traded to Houston, but he never showed up.
Right.
Which means somebody already paid off his existing contract to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Right.
And he hasn't showed up and put on another uniform.
Oh, no. He didn't plan to.
I would tend to agree with Paloma. I think that is pretty big pimping.
But to chime in for the ladies, when it comes to Fisher, I think he should like venture into fashion or something like that.
Yes.
He has a lot of gas in him.
Fashion.
Do something different. Okay, you might not be on the court. That's fine. Get into the fashion.
Yes, he can just wear the suit and those
do a
nice
suit. Put together a collection. Fisher.
What about the beard? What about the beard?
Look at you know what? You know what I like?
Does he have to shave? Huh?
Yeah, he has to shave.
Yeah, I'm not a beard person.
I knew they were going to say that.
This is the part. Now you guys understand why it's so important for the women to come in and have perspective. Because when we think that we're balling, really you guys kind of ground us a little bit and say, you know, baby, we love you for other reasons, not the ones you always think, right?
Yes.
So I'm just saying the categories fit where they are. Fellas, you guys got to let it go. Don't send him out to the pastures yet. I'm done from New Sports. We're getting out of here because it's time. Bam.
That's, ladies and gentlemen, that's Victor Allen's New Sports. Written, directed, produced by Victor Allen. Hot, Neil Urban.
And I help.
Sportsy.
You compare basketball to having a child.
That's right.